a lot like a 1950s airline logo. And I was like, I kind of see that. There's Breonna Stewart. I can't make heads or tails of what that shit's supposed to be. Asia Wilson, okay.
Caitlin Clark's brand new Nike logo has sent shockwaves across women's basketball. What should have been a career-defining moment quickly spiraled into controversy, with rumors that Aya Wilson herself threw shade at Clark's big announcement. Tonight, we break down the drama, the receipts, and the truth behind Nike's biggest gamble since Michael Jordan.
Just happened a few minutes ago, and it was a long time in the waiting. Many fans were wondering where Nike has been with any Caitlin Clark merchandise whatsoever, but developing a signature logo and a signature shoe does take time. So without further ado, here is Caitlin Clark's official Nike signature logo. There is a statement that says, Caitlin's signature logo pulls you in like her game. It features interlocking C's. Her mark is emblematic of ever-expanding range on the
When Nike gives you a logo, you're not just an athlete anymore, you're a franchise. Michael Jordan had the Jumpman, Kobe had the sheath, LeBron the crown. Now, Caitlin Clark joins that elite club, but the timing couldn't have been more controversial.
Telling y'all to stay patient. I've been telling y'all that Nike takes their time, that Asia Wilson's shoe deal was 2 years in the making, that Paige Beckers had PEs, not her own signature shoe, and that Caitlin Clark's was 100% coming. And people kept saying, oh, Nike fumbled the bag with Caitlin. It has to get out there. Nike fumbled the bag. No, they didn't. It takes time. She's got to develop a whole freaking product line. But they just announced, breaking news right now, we have a logo. That is the official Caitlin Clark Nike logo. And it's not just that. I mean, this is cool. Nike has just announced that a signature product line will be dropping soon, with signature shoes coming in 2026. Now, this is going to be her logo for all of her Nike stuff that is Caitlin Clark official stuff, just like we have the Asia Wilson line, where she has her logo on.
On September 1st, Clark's logo dropped. Nike servers crashed, shirts sold out in under 10 minutes, and resale prices doubled overnight. But as fans celebrated, some eyes weren't smiling, especially Aya Wilson's.
Subtle commercial. Nothing too crazy, no big bang. But here we go, folks. If we look at this right here, this is the Easter egg I'm talking about. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 billboards. 8 billboards. October, December, November, January, February, March, April, May. The start of the WNBA season. Is that when these shoes are going to drop? Is that when these shoes are going to drop in May? We know that come October, we're going to get some merchandise. We're going to get some apparel. But the shoes, they said, coming soon in 2026. How soon? May 2026?
Wilson had been with Nike since 2018. 6 years of loyalty before she finally got her signature shoe. Yet, within months of turning pro, Clark leapfrogged her with a viral rollout that overshadowed Wilson's long-awaited A1 release.
A lot of time and money and resources to be able to have an opportunity to come watch his team play or come watch me play. And, I certainly understand that. And I try to make as much time as I can to sign an autograph because that can really impact somebody's life. I mean, who knows, maybe they're going to put that up in their room and look at it every single day and have dream about and something, that they want to be one day. And, being able to do that and take, like I said, 10 seconds, like it's the little things that really go a long way that impact young kids. So it's not something I take lightly at all.
Fans began noticing cryptic posts. Wilson tweeted phrases like, "Respect the game," and "Real Hoopers know," just days after Clark's logo reveal. To many, it felt like an insult. Was this jealousy or justified frustration?
cotton logo tee. And you know what's interesting about this design? It does look like they are interlocked, but if you kind of like squint your eyes, it also kind of looks like a very dimensional one C in front of the other one. I don't know if that's just me. According to Nike, the shirt is available, but it's not available just yet. But you can be notified for when it does go on sale. I can only imagine it's going to get sold out.
Some fans swore Nike set Wilson up to fail. Others believed ESPN and the WNBA were deliberately pushing Clark as the new golden face. Whether true or not, The controversy only fueled Clark's momentum.
Been getting on Nike because they don't feel like they have been promoting Caitlyn as much as they should. But I will say we have to give credit where credit is due. I feel like in the past month or so, they have been tweeting about Caitlyn more. And then obviously with this shoe release, they made this super sick commercial to promote it. And of course, just today, Caitlyn Clark's new Kobe PE shoe sold out in less than a minute. And I saw so many tweets about this, so many people who were so sad that they missed out on this shoe. I saw that there was this one Dick's store and people were lined up around the corner, like camping out trying to get the shoe. I also heard that Nike stocked about 14,000 of these, and that is an unconfirmed report, but they sold out in less than a minute. If that's any indication of what a Caitlyn Clark signature shoe will do, I think Nike better continue to get on it and get ready to launch this brand.
Clark isn't just hype. Her games drive ratings. Her road appearances spike ticket sales by 87%, and her merchandise moves like luxury fashion. Industry insiders say her projected shoe line could hit $150 million, rookie numbers rivaling LeBron.
It's all respect for A'ja Wilson. I don't want to hear her opinions. I don't care what she has to say from this point on. When you keep a Nike deal 2 years in secret while you're spewing all that crazy stuff about Caitlyn Clark in the Time magazine, read what she said in the Time magazine, yet you had a Nike deal the whole entire time?
Even sidelined by injury, Clark dominated headlines. Endorsements, sponsorships, viral drops. She stayed the center of attention. Meanwhile, Wilson led an MVP season but couldn't capture the same cultural spotlight.
A'ja Wilson truly co-created her new A1 signature basketball shoe and collection to ensure every detail is authentic to her and her community.
And guess who's speaking there? Good old Cheryl Swoops, who's part of Nike and knew the whole time too. So Cheryl Swoops spewing all that crap about Caitlyn Clark. Yeah, you knew that A'ja Wilson's going to be coming out with a shoe deal, with a collection and everything.
This isn't their first clash. Wilson has long been vocal about race, favoritism, and media bias in women's basketball, even calling out Clark indirectly in past interviews. Meanwhile, Clark has avoided direct shots, letting her play and popularity do the talking.
Somebody said it looked like Chanel. I said it looked like Gucci. But whatever it is a luxury sports brand. I can't think of very many luxury sports brands. Guys, yeah, do you, like, I'm a fashion guy. And I understand what Nike is doing. Nike is trying to get into the luxury brand style, the luxury department style, almost a little bit getting out of sporting. If they successfully do this, this has never been done.
Only 12 women in WNBA history have had signature shoes. Clark's arrival has changed everything. For the first time, Nike is treating a female athlete as a franchise cornerstone. But where does that leave Wilson, a proven champion?
Reasons Nike's stock is dropping is how badly they dropped the ball with the female phenom, A'ja Wilson. I think one of their experts should have had more foresight about her trajectory into being the best women's basketball player in the world, and they should have given her a signature shoe probably 2 years ago. Regardless of the sudden burst of media interest in the WNBA, thanks to the likes of Angel Reese and Caitlyn Clark, A'ja is a proven winner and one of the brightest spots in all of basketball. The fact that A'ja's shoe deal emerged into the media after Caitlyn's deal was already publicized gives reactionary vibes instead of...
So here we are. One logo, two superstars, and a league caught in the middle of a cultural power shift. Caitlyn Clark owns the spotlight. A'ja Wilson holds the rings. But only one can be the face of women's basketball. Caitlyn Clark confirms A'ja Wilson insulted her over Nike logo deal. The story begins not just with a logo, but with a seismic cultural moment that shook women's basketball and redefined the balance of power in the WNBA, because when Nike, the company that built Michael Jordan into a global empire, finally unveiled Caitlyn Clark's signature logo, the internet went nuclear, fans crashed websites, merchandise sold out in minutes. and Clark's name instantly entered the same rarefied air as Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, but what should have been an uncontroversial celebration quickly spiraled into one of the most bitter debates in women's sports history, because standing across from Caitlin Clark in this cultural showdown was none other than A'ja Wilson, the reigning queen of the WNBA, a multiple-time MVP and champion who had spent 6 long years with Nike waiting for her own signature shoe and logo only to watch a rookie, barely a season into her professional career, leapfrog her overnight. And when Clark's interlocking Cs became official, Wilson's camp did not stay silent. Instead, subtle jabs, cryptic tweets, and interviews laced with shade began fueling a storm, one that pitted not only two athletes against each other, but entire fan bases, media ecosystems, and even cultural narratives, because this wasn't just about sneakers, it was about who owns the future of women's basketball. And as the story unfolded, history itself seemed to repeat in ways eerily similar to past NBA rivalries where branding, marketability, and cultural pull mattered just as much, if not more, than rings and accolades. Nike had taken its time with Clark, sparking months of fan frustration and online speculation, as people claimed the brand was fumbling the bag by not capitalizing on her meteoric rise after college. But insiders insisted a signature line was inevitable, and when September 1st finally arrived, Clark's logo dropped with the force of an earthquake, a clean yet powerful set of interlocking Cs, navy and yellow, instantly recognizable, and instantly compared to Jordan's Jumpman, Kobe's sheath, and LeBron's crown, because in basketball a logo is not just art, it's identity, it's legacy. It's a signal that this athlete is not just another player, but a franchise, an era. And when the first run of logo-branded shirts sold out in less than 10 minutes, with resale prices doubling within hours, it was clear that Nike had found its next cultural anchor. But for A'ja Wilson, who had just launched her own A1 shoe months earlier with a logo many described as uninspired or clip art level, the timing was brutal and the comparisons inevitable. Because suddenly fans weren't just celebrating Clark, they were mocking Wilson, saying her rollout was muted, her branding underwhelming, and her cultural footprint shrinking in real time, a painful narrative for a player who had dominated the league on the court for years. Wilson's social media posts didn't help either, as she retweeted comments about real hoopers and posted phrases like, "respect the game," which many took as thinly veiled digs at Clark's rapid ascent, and soon debates exploded online, with some accusing Wilson of jealousy and bitterness, while others argued that Clark was being unfairly elevated by media corporations hungry for a marketable white face of the league, turning what should have been sneaker talk into a full-blown cultural clash about race, respect, and recognition, and fueling endless conspiracy theories about Nike's motives, with some fans insisting the brand intentionally soft-rolled Wilson's release so Clark's would look bigger, while others claimed Nike executives were staging a rivalry to drive attention because controversy equals clicks and clicks equal sales. Meanwhile, Clark herself stayed poised, publicly focusing on fans, often emphasizing how much she valued signing autographs, inspiring kids, and giving back. But her silence on the growing tension only fueled more speculation, because in the absence of words, fans invented their own narratives, and Wilson's defenders grew louder, pointing to her championships, MVPs, and years of service to the league as proof that Nike and the media were disrespecting her contributions. The data, however, told a different story, one that tilted heavily in Clark's favor. WNBA ratings hit their highest in 24 years, and of the 22 games that drew over 1 million viewers, Clark was in 19, while attendance for Fever Road games spiked 87%, and merchandise sales shattered every benchmark. With Clark's Kobe player exclusives selling out in minutes and her logo tee crashing Nike's website, all while Wilson's A1 sneakers sat unsold in stores, with lukewarm buzz and no resale market to speak of. Leading analysts to project Clark's upcoming signature line could generate $150 million in revenue, LeBron-like numbers for a rookie, a once-in-a-generation marketing phenomenon that Nike simply could not ignore. For Wilson, this reality was devastating. She had waited 6 years for her moment, only to have it overshadowed within weeks, and whispers began circulating that her camp was furious at Nike, that she had even considered Adidas before re-signing, hoping for better treatment, only to feel betrayed when Clark became the clear priority. Critics pointed out that this was not